Hello, JMC family. Josh Kent here with you, speaking with the Josh Kent right there. As you know, if you hear a little bit, you know, and recognize my face, I'm here working with the Child Placement Agency to get more foster parents. That's our ultimate goal. I come on here for an introduction to foster care, but also my segment that I like to do as well, speaking with the village. So, what that is just some time to address some concepts or some themes or just some fun topics that surround foster care. That can look like me reviewing videos, movies that have foster care. That could look like me speaking with a person that is an expert in the field or is has more experience with the topic, like talking about trauma or parenting, or um, just speaking with some of our staff or some of the people that we work with is also something I'll come on here and do. So this week I'm just here on my own, speaking about a topic that we've been addressing in our foster homes as well as our staff residential homes, and it's talking about the surrounding this time of year, the holidays. It's a time for joy, but also can be some time that struggles persist. So, really, there are a few reasons for this, and it happens to not just children, but our parents and our staff as well. The holidays can be a stressful time. Christmas is just around the corner. Tonight is the third night in Hanukkah. And we have, and today is also the solstice, the winter solstice. So we have three holidays even falling on today that are close by. So there are a lot of different holidays that we celebrate this time of year, and that could be one of those struggles. Is that a child might celebrate a holiday that does not get celebrated in their placement. They could feel a little out of place, but there's a lot of reasons to celebrate and a lot of great things. But along with that, our children have a lot of struggles that follow them around, and there are a few different reasons for this. One of those reasons is that there's environmental trauma surrounding this, and it might be what they see in their everyday life, like lights or trees, or just hearing a song that reminds them of a time that they had with their parents. Or there's, often children can be removed around a holiday, and that could be a trigger for them. They could have had sustained some trauma during a holiday, or because it is a stressful time, or might have endured some bullying during a holiday. So it could just be the time of year that is a traumatic, or might be something they see in the in the world that causes them to have a traumatic kind of reaction. But the environment itself of the holidays, the hustle and bustle, the things that are up in our communities can cause can trigger some trauma for our children. Oh, excuse me. So we want to be cognizant of the environment that they're going into, and that just means really talking with the children what they can expect each day. If you have a special holiday plan, just keeping them in the know as soon as you know about it, and keeping an open dialogue about what kind of environment they're coming into, so that they kind of know what to expect, and maybe they'll confide in you that they have had some poor experiences, or just have some grief around this time of year or that specific type of event. The next thing that could be a barrier and a struggle for our children is just an unfamiliar environment. Children might not be spending a holiday in the same place that they spent their last holiday. If they spent Christmas last year in a different foster home or with their parents, they're now celebrating Christmas in a whole new environment that they don't know the traditions. They might not know the people that are there all that well. There can be a lot of unknowns that a child is walking into when it comes to celebrating something that's supposed to be fun and filled with joy. There's can be a lot of anxiety and stress surrounding that because they don't know what to expect. Where you and your family might be really excited to do the tradition you're always ready to do, and the things that you really covet about this time and your family together. So just being aware that a child is probably spending this holiday for the first time in this environment, and not to put, don't put a lot of pressure on the events. And if you have to be flexible, that's an amazing thing. That could create new holiday traditions where you do something else that might not be your holiday tradition, but might create a new one with this new family that you've been blessed with. So just be aware that there's a lot of unfamiliar environments, and encourage a child to speak up and let them know when they're uncomfortable, or when they want to insert some of their familiarity within this holiday that they've spent in different ways than you have in the past. So this really unfamiliar environment can be a huge struggle for children. And then I think one of the biggest struggles is just there's a lot of missing pieces for our children, whether it's missing family members, it could be missing traditions, it could be just not having the same people around, or the same holidays even represented in their household, or ways of celebrating those holidays. So that can come, a lot of these things, these struggles that these children have, these triggers come with the added behaviors. They might regress to behaviors they once maybe had shown upon their first initial placement, or in different places, or when they were younger. They could just become more withdrawn and isolated. They could be a little bit rebellious and not want to do things if they feel like they're not being heard, or their traditions are not being represented. And they could just kind of be complaining that this is not how it's supposed to be, even though they might enjoy some parts of it. They'll find more to not enjoy because they feel like there's these missing pieces. There's these things that aren't quite there, and it doesn't feel like the holidays anymore. I didn't get to decorate cookies with my mom, with these foster parents that just bought cookies. What the heck, it could be feeling like that. So there are a lot of ways to address some of these tough instances that come about during the holidays that can cause trauma, those environmental trauma, that unfamiliarity, and the environment that can be tough there. So let me pull my screen up here, and let's look at a few tricks and just tips surrounding the holidays. So here's 5 tips that I found on the internet here that might be of some help. Let's look at 1. Prepare the foster youth in your care for the holidays in your home. So that just means letting them know what traditions you celebrate, what it's going to look like, keeping that open line of communication. Help them make sure their loved ones are okay. That's another thing with those missing pieces. They want to know that their people, that their family is okay. And so it's going to take a little extra effort to get in communication with them and figure out what you can do to be a supportive role for them. Understand and encourage your youth's own traditions and beliefs. That's part of that unfamiliar environment. They might not be familiar with your traditions or your beliefs. And so just kind of going back to that first one, communicate and be open. They want to be a part of it. They might not always show that, but they want to be a part of it, and a part of them feeling a part of your traditions is you being a part of theirs. So assist in purchasing or making holiday gifts, or sending cards to their family and friends. This one's awesome. They are separated probably from their family, but also their friends and their home that they once lived, their community. So giving them that opportunity to still stay connected with their home and their community is awesome and should be encouraged. And then the last one on this one, understand if they pull away. There's going to be some sadness and some grief that are associated with this time, whether it is due to trauma that happened during this time, or just missing the ones that they love and missing their traditions and the way they celebrated in the past. So those are 5 quick tips that I came up with here. Let's look, or didn't come up with, but I found in other places. And here's a few more. There's a lot of text in this one, kind of introducing this part, but little extra patience and love is included in this. And one thing that they say, let's see if I can make it bigger here for you guys. First one, do nothing. Sometimes giving them some space and giving them time to process that grief and emotion will be great. And it's supposed to be a relaxing time anyway, let alone, as well as a time to make celebration and have great fun. Listen, don't negate the things that they want to say and the things that kind of maybe the changes they want to make to the way that you celebrate this holiday. And along with the doing nothing can be giving them their space. It could be an overwhelming time for people not in foster care, let alone people in care. So giving them some space, once again, include their traditions and include their biological family. I think those are 2 great consistent things that you'll see within a lot of these do's and don'ts and these tricks and tips, is that including their biological family and including their traditions is huge, because it makes them feel like a part of the family and they have a say in how the holidays are spent. So I got one more little tricks and tips here for helping support the children. And then lastly, I'll have some ways to support you as a parent or as caregivers here. So some do's and don'ts of celebrating the holidays with a foster child. So do talk to foster youth before the holiday kicks off. And once again, that open line of communication will be key, so that they know what to expect and they can kind of mentally prepare and advocate for themselves to include their traditions. So talk to them about it, what you plan to do, what it's going to look like, so they have time to process those feelings and advocate for themselves. Don't ignore their feelings or mental health. They're going, during this time, I mean, you should never ignore their feelings or mental health, I think, but especially during this time, they're not just always being a sassy teen or, classic 7-year-old that is going to be a little sassy or want things for holidays to go a certain way. They're advocating for themselves, that they feel like they're celebrating the holidays the way they know it. And once again, incorporate their traditions and customs. It's so great to learn more. I think as a foster parent, we should strive, and caring for foster kids, we should strive to learn more about them as well as ourselves. And, new traditions can be fun, and you might not know you enjoy it so much. Another don't make them feel unequal or unwelcome. And once again, making sure that they know they're just as loved and they're just as part of the family as any other one person. And allow them to go shopping for all their siblings and their mom and dad, just like if you would let your child go shopping for each other, and for so they can give gifts and feel equal and feel important in this time. So and include their wider community. Once again, sending those friends and family some gifts, whether it's making them or sending them Christmas cards, or just include them. It could be including them in some of your traditions as well. That'd be a great way to start to, continue a relationship with their bio family. So, and their friends. They want to go look at Christmas lights all together and drink hot chocolate. That's a great thing to do all together, and is easy to facilitate, hopefully. Or if not, go see a play or a parade, or visit Santa and take some pictures together. That'd be a great way to include their community as large. So great ways to help support our kiddos. Let's look at our parents. Also very important in the grand scheme of the holidays. So let's get into the holidays, take some tricks and tips. Let's look at here. So advocate for yourself. So this is top. This is. Oh, this is geared toward youth and foster care. But I think when I was reading it, I was kind of, I just looked at the headings and I was saying, oh, it can be for parents as well. I think this is a really great resource for everyone, whether it's youth in care or parents. So I think this is great. So advocate for yourself. As a kiddo, that'd be important, but really as a parent too. Let them know, the expectations around some things, and that and what you're willing to do and you're willing to be a part of, and what you can do to support them, and leaving those doors open for support. Take time for yourself. You're worth it. This goes for kids and for adults. Adults, we all need self-care to make sure that we are giving the best care we can. Stay well rested. This is a little bit more of that do nothing, do a little nothing. Have a nice big lunch and take an afternoon nap. Get as much rest as the time for rest. So honoring your family, that's both your family as a parent, honor those traditions and include the child and see if they have a twist on that tradition that they can share with you, and honoring their family, help them be a part of their family's traditions still, even if they're away from it. And get peer support, whether it's from other foster parents. If you are a foster parent, get other foster parents means of support, attend events. I know there are multiple that are surrounding the Christmas season that are just for foster parents, and you can get that peer support. And that also allows those children to get some peer support and let them engage with their friends. Keep traditions alive, whether it's your own or a foster child. Let them be a part of it. Celebrate together. Don't let their traditions die off or not be included just because they might not be with their family. Help them advocate to keep those alive. Be budget aware and friendly. As a parent, this is important because we want to make sure that a child is getting just, it'd be tough to be spending a lot of money on your kids and then your foster kiddo not get just about the same. So if it means your kid gets a little less while they share the wealth with your foster kiddo, it just means being aware and making sure that you also budget some time out for them to be able to send gifts for their family. And so, and then, young adults are given allowance most days now. And, it's really, I like what they said. You don't need to spend lots of money, and it's a thought that truly matters, especially for those kiddos that want to stay connected with their family. It's really about the recognition. So homemade is great. I love that. And the holidays with stranger, you are having holidays with strangers if you're a foster parent or if you are a foster kiddo. So just communicate with the people that are in your corner, that are means of support, caseworker, other family and friends, to make sure that your voice is being heard during the holidays. I like to say, something you enjoy playing to break the ice, some Uno, deck of cards, a board game. I think those are all great ways to help mitigate some of those tough feelings during the holidays. So, sorry, kind of spoke edge fast there, but I wanted to get through this with as much tricks, tips, and support as I could for this time of joy, but also this time that there could be a lot of struggles and trauma surrounding it. So if you have any questions, please comment down below, leave them in the chat. I will make sure to get to them as soon as I can. Ways that you celebrate Christmas or traditions, or what holiday you're celebrating right now, let me know. I would love to hear about it, let you know about some of mine. Feel free to shoot me an email if you have any questions about fostering. If you are curious about JMC, we have our website right there at the bottom. Or if you just want to chat about fostering, I'm available via text, via phone. There is my mobile number for a text or a call. And then you can call our office right here at any time just to get connected with one of us and learn more about fostering, start your fostering journey, whatever that looks like. Engage with some of these resources that I've mentioned in the past. Would love to put you on to awesome resources and awesome people that do this work. So thank you, everyone that has joined us, that has been a part of this year, 2022. This is the last one, Speaking with the Village. I've enjoyed it so much. I've gotten almost every month this year. I think a few left out, but thanks for everyone who has joined and has been a part of this. We'll see you in 2023 with another Speaking with the Village. Thanks, everyone.